Alright, what's going on everyone? So this video right here is going to be like a diary, a 3-part diary series, I would say, about me running Travincal for 3 months straight. So originally I wanted to run Travincal every day for at least like 100 times for 3 months straight, but unfortunately that didn't really go the way it planned because I ended up injuring my wrist because I was playing so much. And yeah, I'm currently, injured. I can't really play video games right now. I could still like use the mouse to kind of like navigate and all of that stuff, but my right hand is pretty much like disabled for a lot of stuff. Like I had like a hard time carrying like a freaking empty cup, and it's also really tough for me to like brush my teeth, all of like that stuff. So I'm slowly like recovering. Like I am getting a little bit better with my right hand grip, but for now on I'm pretty much disabled from like gaming here. So I'm just gonna pretty much just do my 1 month diary right off the bat. I originally started this project I think like around like 720 to 723, somewhere around there, but on August 18th, that's where like my injury started to happen, and I kind of realized I couldn't play any more games. Now the thing is, I'm playing on like what is it, old Diablo 2 on Battle.net. Back in these days there were like restrictions, and Travincal runs generally don't take that long to run. Like I think in reality, like if like my gear, like it's kind of suboptimal, and with this kind of gear I would say like I would be able to run Travincal in like around 1-ish minutes on average. 2-ish minutes if I get really bad RNG with like the boss, with like the council mobs, like if I get extra fast in my aura, that can definitely take a while. So what I do is I try to like run 100 Travincal runs, but I also try to balance out other things too. So I'll try to do like some Mephisto runs, some Arcane Sanctuary runs, some Eldritch and Shank, just to pad the length so I don't get realm down while doing my 100 run Travincal project. Now, I did say like this is supposed to be a project of me running Travincal 100 times, but I've been pretty much averaging 100 to 130. So 100 runs is basically just kind of like the bare minimum. Like that's my minimum, but if I could go more, I can do it. I think the most I've ran was like around 165. There was a time where I was just kind of like, I guess I was just super upset because I remember I wasn't really finding anything, and I just kind of wanted to push myself to see if I find anything in those 165 runs while doing Mephisto and other things. But yeah. So yeah, I was thinking about trying to do it every single day, at least 100 runs, no freaking breaks. And I would probably say like that takes me around like 4-ish to 5-ish hours, but sometimes I do like, I do other things too. Like sometimes I want to run some ancient tunnels for fun after like my Travincal runs, or sometimes I feel like playing Halo or Doom, so I actually end up gaming like way more than I need to. And I've been doing this for a month straight, and yeah, unfortunately I injured my wrist, and that was not good. Even though I got a lot of great drops, I'll be honest about that, but I feel like all of these good drops was not worth it, man. Especially like now I cannot play video games for probably like a week, I guess, because I have no idea how long like my injury is gonna get better. But anyways, that's kind of like the synopsis of what this project is. Now I'm gonna get into the drops. Basically just talk about like the unique drops or the set drops that I've gotten while running Travincal for 3 months straight. Since I've told you guys that I've been running like an average of 100 to 130, so I've pretty much ran around 3,000-ish Travincal runs for this first month. And yeah, I guess I could probably talk about some of the stuff I got here. Alright, so believe it or not, ouch, oh sorry, I'm kind of using my mouse with my right hand. It kind of hurts a little bit, but it's okay. My very best drop out of like all the uniques is actually this Maras right here, and this is actually my very second Maras I've ever found. I'm not kidding you. My very first Maras I found was years ago, And all of a sudden, you know, I got my second Mars while doing this Travincal project. It's a decent roll, you know, 25 out of 30. I mean 20 out of 30, so 25 out of 30. That's like a middle roll. And that is so good because I actually plan on using like this Mars for this sorceress, because once the season ends, I'm going to probably respec her into like a Sork, and I definitely need like a spare Maros for that. And you know what's crazy? This Maros took me like years after my first Maros, which I found off of my Immortal King Barb while doing a Pindle run. But during this project, I found 2 more Maros, man, and they actually rolled better. One of them was actually a perfect roll, and my last Maros was actually a 29, so that's really awesome. I basically have 4 Maros now, and I could totally take advantage of that. So I would probably say this was like the best unique I found. I also found like a couple of like Reaper's Toll. I think I found all the Reaper's Toll while sprinkling Mephisto, because like I said, I gotta like pad in the length, because I can't do like Travincal runs repeatedly over and over again, or else I'll get realmed down. So yeah, it's pretty cool that I've gotten I think I got 2 extra Reaper's Tolls while doing Mephisto. Unfortunately, the rolls weren't really the greatest. Like the damage rolls have been pretty like low. I kind of want like a better roll, but this is still nice to use, and I actually prefer to put on a Reaper's Toll for the mercenary because of, what do you call it? I think it's better for the council members when they get like extra fast. It's really tough for me to like play it properly. So it's really nice to have like this to kind of counter it. I eventually got a Ethereal Guardian Angel while doing my Travincal runs, and this has been like a nice upgrade. Because originally my mercenary, he was using Insight, what's that one rune word? Lionheart and a Vampire Gaze. But as I was doing my runs, thousands and thousands of runs, I got this and I upped it, and then I found a Kira's Guardian off of Mephisto. This is actually my second one. My first one had like anti-perfect, you know, resistance rolls, but I remember the defense was perfect. But I recently found the second one, and I much prefer the res, so I tossed out the first one here. So yeah, this is pretty much like a great setup for running Travincal. And I did tell you guys that it took me like years to find my freaking Maros, but guess what? This Bocathals right here, this also took me years to find too. Like, I don't know how long it took me to find this. I think this is my 3rd Bocathals ring I've ever found, and it's a perfect one. So that's really awesome, you know. Like that's just kind of like the sad thing about Diablo 2, but it's kind of like the beauty of Diablo 2. Sometimes you'll find items like it'll take years and you'll never find it, then all of a sudden you end up finding it, and then all of a sudden you just end up like finding more items and all of that stuff here. And oh no, this is nothing. And I've also found my very best jewel I've ever found in Diablo 2 here, and it's a freaking a 1539 ED jewel. This is really awesome. This one definitely gave me a reaction, and the highest I found was actually a 1535, and I still have that, so it's really nice that I have, like, you know, 2 really good IAS enhanced damage jewels, but I have no idea what I'm going to do with it, you know. But it's really nice to have this. These are extremely precious, and they're very valuable for, you know, most Diablo 2 players. I guess I'll kind of talk about, like, my gear setup. It's kind of really nothing special here before I talk about the rune drops next. Like I said, just suboptimal gear, nothing like too godly, and yeah, it's just a life tap one because I was using like Insight and Lionheart, Vampire Gaze, so I just used this life tap one just to basically keep my mercenary alive. Alright, so the rune drops here. I've actually did keep count of how many like rune drops I've done. And I mean, of how many rune drops I've acquired after doing like 3,000 plus Travincal runs here. And the results are, I'm gonna start with Lem being like the least, with like the least valuable rune to a Zod rune, because a lot of people don't know this, but you can actually get a Zod rune from the trash mobs, like outside of the council members, you can actually get a Zod rune if you kill like the blood lords and the priests. They actually do have like the drop table to drop that. I've never gotten a Zod rune, so I can definitely tell you that I did not get a Zod rune in my 3,000 runs so far, but I did get a lot of nice runes. So I found 4 times lems, 3 times poles, what is it? 1 time mouse. Just 1 mal. I found, I think, 3 times ists, 2 times goals. I found 1 vex, 1 ohm, 1 burr, and 1 jaw. And jaw rune was like the last high rune that I found. So, you know, for 3,000-ish runs, I think those are really like good results. And I basically kind of like cubed up all like my freaking I cubed up a lot of like my mid runes just to like make ladder only rune words, because you know that's kind of like the whole point of this project. I'm just trying to like get a lot of like the ladder only rune words so I could bring them home to my non-ladder characters. And so far I have made a death. Believe it or not, I've actually found an ethereal berserker axe while farming ancient tunnels, and it rolled 5 sockets when I put it in the cube. So that was extremely lucky. It's really nice that I have that. I'm definitely going to put it on my Frenzy Barbarian. That would be like a great offhand weapon. And I also have I believe it was a 34-392 Grief Phase Blade, so that's also going to be really great for my Zealot. And yeah, that's kind of like, you know, the stuff that I found so far. I guess I'll talk about some other noteworthy drops. So basically these other noteworthy drops were kind of like drops that they were good, but I don't think they were like really like amazing. I did find like a lot of freaking unique rings, a lot of Ravenfrost, a lot of Dwarf Stars. I didn't really keep all of them. I did find 1 really good Ravenfrost that I kept, but I tossed it. I pretty much just toss a lot of the Ravenfrost out unless it rolls really nice. I found a couple of High Lords. I did keep one High Lords because I think I need one for another character that I plan on using. But yeah, lots of unique jewelries that I found, and of course, lots of Nagel rings, lots of Manals, lots of Nogazan. Basically stuff that, you know, nobody wants to find. Found a couple of rainbow facets, but unfortunately they all rolled crap. I think like the rarest drop that I found was a freaking perfect Hotspur. Believe it or not, this character, I found like 5 Hotspurs with this character, and 4 of them, you know, we're in hell, dude. Like, do you know how rare Hotspurs are in hell? I can't believe I found 4 of them, and 1 of them came from Nightmare Mephisto. So it's kind of weird that this character has found so many Hotspurs. I decided to keep like my perfect Hotspurs, just kind of like for a trophy. But yeah, that's kind of like the weird stuff with this game, man. What else here? I know I found some other stuff. Oh, I did find like a couple of Andariels. The Andariels, I actually did keep them because they did roll pretty nice. So that's definitely another noteworthy find. I found, oh, check this out. I found 2 Ormus robes, and they both rolled the same skill. It was chilling armor. Like, that was just so depressing. Because I'm still trying to look for like some really nice, Ormus robes. I do got a couple of nice ones, but I think I would like to find like some ones that have like better damage percentage rolls. And I did find like T-Gods, a decent amount of T-Gods, decent amount of Duriel Shell. I've also found a decent amount of Viper Magi too. And I believe I did get my best Viper Magi from one of the runs here, and it was like 33 like res with like I think 11 magic damage reduction or something. It was a really nice roll. Basically, this Viper Magi is worthy of like upping by the time of this ladder season ends. So yeah, those are pretty much like my drops for like the first month of Travincal. I've done like around 3,000-ish runs because I did not take like a freaking single break, and I was doing it at least like 100 to 130 runs on average, and I'm very happy with the results. But at the same time, I ended up injuring myself, and I guess this could be like a good like wake up call for everyone, right? For everyone that plays video games a lot, definitely try to take some breaks, and I'm definitely gonna like start looking up for some like finger exercises so I don't end up hurting myself. And for the next 2 months, of this journal, I mean of this diary, I'm basically going to try to like take some days off, you know, just to like relax my arms and all that stuff. Because as much I love playing Diablo 2, you know, there is kind of like an itch inside of me where I want to like play other games. Like, you know, I love playing Diablo 2, and I'm really like motivated to do this project, because the main reason why I made this sorceress for this ladder season was because I wanted to bring home ladder only rune words for my non-ladder characters. But of course, you know, I love like so many other games, and sometimes I kind of want to like play other games too, so it's definitely tough to balance it, you know, because doing 100 runs of Travincal, it is like pretty time consuming, and it is kind of like taxing on my wrist and all that stuff. Especially like the sorceress, she's like a high APM character. You gotta constantly like press the mouse buttons a lot. You gotta constantly have like a firm grip for like 5 hours straight and all of that stuff. But yeah, that is it for the video. Thank you for watching for the first part of my 3-month Travincal project. I will see you guys in the second part, which will be a month from there.